Hey guys, good morning. I am pulling up to our project in downtown Rogers. You probably hear me say that a lot, but I am. So we're pouring the second to last slab. Guys have been out here since about 3 o'clock this morning, and I'm actually trying to come in, and I will not be able to because I've got a bunch of concrete trucks all lined up here. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out what I can do, but they've got the boom up working, and it's exciting stuff. I thought I'd show you a little bit of my view. So I got one truck there, they got two trucks here backed up into the pump, and they're pumping away. Always cool when you kind of get to see the guys in action. Our second slab has officially been poured out, and the guys are up there and they're starting to work on it. They've got a machine on it, getting it smooth and prepped out for the guys as they go through and kind of doing the detail work there with their hand trowels. And tomorrow morning we'll come back and we'll start to remove forms, and then we'll start to kind of fix the side of the walls and clean that up. Sometimes when you remove the forms, we'll vibrate them on the sides to help the concrete settle down, but sometimes when you remove them, they'll have like little holes and kind of just stone type things sticking out of them. It's kind of hard to explain, and I'll try and get like a little picture, a video of that as well. And then the guys come back through and they'll kind of start cleaning them up with a top coat, so it'll look just a lot cleaner and nicer as a finished product. This is the last slab that we have of the job, and as you can see, it doesn't always look beautiful and pretty. It's normally rough and a bit of a bloody mess, but after a while, you know, it gets all cleaned up. We did all the footings around the sides, and we left it out in the middle because the plumbers, they needed to get some of their pipes in, and so we held our plastic back. And so at the moment, like I said, it looks like a bit of a mess, but they're gonna get all their pipes in, get it inspected, and then they'll backfill all their things. And I think what we'll do is we'll set up forms around this and kind of pour the slab and footing all at one time. They call that a monolithic pour. We will do that, and that way we don't have to come back and pour a small section of footing and then wait and then come back again and do the slab itself. But like I said, this is the last one. After that, we'll be out of here. Well, I say that actually, we've got to come back and we've got to pour some breezeways, and we've got to pour some little patios. But other than that, all the big stuff will be finished and complete, and on to the next one. Believe it or not, today it's not Barry's tea, it's Nespresso coffee. And thought I'd grab a quick cup of coffee. We're gonna head over to Centerton. We are going to be doing it's a tenant infill. Tenant infill for us means it's an existing building, and inside of that building, we're gonna be putting in a new restaurant. It's gonna be a sushi restaurant. We're gonna head out there today. The guys have to cut out some concrete for the plumber. Plumber's meant to get going. Actually, he started yesterday, and he should be there again today working. And we're gonna go kind of check in on that job, have a look, and start to get things lined out to get going. So we're here at the job that we have going on, the sushi bar I was telling you guys about, and you can see the plumbers have started to create their trench. That's getting tied into a grease tank that's on the other side of the building, the west side. And so going at the moment, the plans changed a little bit. So originally you can kind of see this drive-through window behind me all the way back here. Oh, my fingers, this is hard to do this, right here. And the restaurant was meant to go in over there, but the owners have decided to put in a liquor store instead, and they moved the restaurant over a couple spaces. So we had to go back through planning. Luckily, the city was able to work pretty quick through that and giving us the green light. So we're here today, and they're gonna get some concrete cut out for these plumbers. They've marked them in these red boxes, one there and over here. And yeah, gonna kind of go from there, and hopefully we have a good productive day. It's a busy day at our renovation house that we're doing here in Bentonville. We have framers. They came back and they are fixing a window. The owner would like to have a little bit of a bigger window, which happens sometimes on these renovations. You know, you stick to a plan, and then when they see it, they'd like to have something a little bit different. And so we understand that, and the guys are getting it fixed. Jeffrey's there in the back walking around with Alex, kind of getting some electrical things figured out. But the guys are here doing all the electrical work, and we're rewiring the house, and the HVAC is all in. And the guys are going to be working probably to the middle of next week, just getting the electrical all fixed, and then we'll do a nice cleanup on the home, and then it'll be inspection time. And after inspection, they'll come in, they'll inspect for the electrical, the plumbing, the HVAC. They'll look at our framing and make sure we've done our framing correctly. And then once we pass that, then we can do our installation. And then we'll have another inspection after installation. So I'll show you a cool little detail here in the master bathroom. We dropped this floor down so that way you can kind of see little details. So we're gonna do it's just a walk-in pan. So you can kind of see here it's a little lip down, so that we'll be able to level it out and they'll be able to just walk directly into it, which is a nice little feature to have. It's an important day today. It is Esther's birthday. Not only is she our accountant at our business, but she is my awesome mother-in-law. And so we're gonna have a lunch at the office and celebrate her. And after that, we're gonna take off and go. I'm gonna go with Bo over to a project that we're gonna have in Springdale. It's a custom home. I don't do a lot of custom home throughout the year, maybe one or two. And I think that that's really not because we can't do them, but we don't advertise for a custom home because really the commercial and the renovations and things are really what we do a lot of. But every now and then we'll get a phone call. We'll, obviously give it a shot if we think we can take it on, give a bid. And this one went really well. We were recommended by the architect who did the drawings. So we're gonna go out, meet the owners. I shouldn't say meet the owners. Or I guess I could say meet the owners. We're gonna meet the owners. It's not my first time meeting them. We've already have a contract with them. We're ready to rock and roll. They got their septic tank and things back. So I'm gonna go out with Bo so we can have a look at the area and kind of get things lined up to get machinery over there so we can start digging out. It's gonna have a basement in it. And then after that, I'm gonna run down and meet with some clients and pick up a check, which is always a good time to pick up a check. And after that, we'll see how the rest of the day goes. So I will keep you guys posted.
I don't know what it is. Good wish.
This is the new location, the property I was kind of talking about earlier. So the house is going to sit up on the hill. The clients just left. We were able to go up and walk up and kind of see where it's going to get located, and we're going to start to get locates in to make sure there's no utilities or anything, which I doubt there is. Yeah, we're excited. Hopefully it'll be here in the next month. We'll be able to break ground on this. I wanted to stop by, kind of finishing up my week, to have another just quick look in over at this project in downtown Bentonville. Hopefully next week going to be moving on to the next step. So we have insulation crew coming tomorrow, and they're going to insulate around the windows. They've got to insulate like little areas that the city makes us, and I'll kind of show you. So if you look up here where the cable is going into the top plate, we insulate around that little hole right there, and the city and fire marshal ask us to do that. They say it's to slow down or like a draft for a fire, and so we will go through and do that on every single one. So here, everywhere where a wire goes through the top plate, we will go through and we will foam those. Also go and we will caulk on all the base plates and get around the windows. And I know some of the windows are still missing. They have not arrived yet, so the city normally works with us pretty good on that, and will let us kind of cover up the windows until they get in, and then we'll get those installed. But hopefully they should be here next week. But we're just waiting for those. The customer went with Pella windows, and yeah, so the guys are outside doing siding at the moment. We have one or two guys coming by to start kind of sweeping and vacuuming. I like to try and vacuum inside the wall cavities and just get all of the wood chips cleaned up, just to leave it really nice and clean. Then when the guys come and do the installation, there's nothing kind of stuck in the back of that. And yeah, that'll kind of wrap it up at this house for the week. And next week we'll be back. I'd say guys will be working on the deck. We have the deck, it's all framed out at the moment, but they haven't started to do the actual boards on top, and in the back it's a bit of a mess in the moment back there, but you can kind of see where we've started to do a swimming pool. And obviously at the moment too, with the rain, that's not helping us any, but yeah, that is it.